Welcome back to Pyob number 2, the bassline challenge that asks you to play your own bassline. I give you guys a backing track, and you guys send me a video of you playing your own bassline to it. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump into our first submission. Our first submission comes from Jonas Hesselmark, who says, interesting challenge, trying to not step over the saxophone parts, but still approaching the track as a bass challenge. I would obviously never overplay like this in a real scenario. I was pretty tired recording this, so I apologize for the look. No worries at all, I probably look really tired right now, because I am. Sleep is hard. But let's check out your playing. Love seeing Yamaha represented. Ooh, solid pocket. This is great. This is fantastic. Oh! Solid run. That was great. There it is, he's backing off to let the saxophone have some space. That's great. Yeah, that was fantastic. That was such good playing. You had really good pocket, you had really great tone, and your note choices were all fantastic. I think the only tiny little bit of criticism I could even give you is there were a couple of tiny bits where you're hesitating through your fills, but otherwise, this was just a stellar submission. Your playing is great. You sound fantastic. I didn't notice you looking tired. You just looked like you were concentrating. So, fantastic. Thank you so much for your submission. That was great. Our next submission comes from my friend Gilberto. Once again, back for the second month. Another questionable attempt by a guitar player. I tried doing the weirdest thing I could come up with in terms of rhythm. Obviously needs more practice, not playing in the box or whatever you bass players say. But curious as to how you think it fits with the song, or if not at all. Cheers, my friend. Well, we will check it out here. Our guitar player submission. A tone is just like shunk, the pick. Hey! I like that. That fits. Writing it out. Oh, going up. that's so fun. That's so fun. I actually really loved this approach to this thing because this is more of like a sexy laid back like funk thing, but the way you approached it as like a punk player, that's actually so great. I really enjoyed that. The big thing I would say is to just tighten up the rhythm. There were places where it seemed like it would drift a little bit behind, and then you'd like try to catch up, and then you'd be ahead of it. So just like sitting in the beat and making sure that things are happening right in time, just tightening things up, just comes with practice. But thank you again for your submission, Gilberto. I hope you come back every single month for this because it's so fun to hear your completely different approach to these, and it's just really creative and fun. And I think we bass players can stand to learn a thing or two from it. This one comes from Travis Burleson. I did 2 takes, one with video. To be honest, I think the first take was better, but maybe the video is better for your format. It is. I will absolutely do submissions without video if you don't want to be in front of the camera, but it helps me understand what you're doing a lot better if I can see you playing, and then I can make suggestions and be more helpful that way. But either way is fine. We will be taking a look at your video take. Show us what you got. First fiver of the day. Take a drink. Like your phrasing there. Love how you're using that low range there. That's great. Lost the pocket there for a second. Nice. Lost it a little bit there. Cool solo though. Cool. Way to end it, man. The bass solo was so fun in there. Great submission. Thank you so much. So that rundown that you did at the beginning, super cool idea. I think we could have adjusted some of the articulation in there to make it connect a little bit better. It felt a little choppy and disjointed. I think doing some things like sliding up into notes and connecting them a little bit more, especially where your bass tone is very like top heavy, like there's a lot of treble content in there, so you have to be like really precise so that it doesn't pick up any of the extra noise that's going to happen. And then making sure that you're staying in time there. Anyway, cool idea. Thank you so much for sharing your submission. This was fantastic. Love that bass too. Like I have no idea what model of Ibanez that is with just the one pickup, but that's very cool. One other little thing about your solo, which was fantastic, by the way, but I think you could add a little bit more variety in there by using the entire bass. I know a lot of times we think like solo comes up high and we play in the higher register because that's the soloing range, but something that I've been trying to do in my own solos is to incorporate the entire bass into it, right? Like those notes are not invalid because they're lower, like use them in your solos. It'll give your playing a lot more variety, and it'll make your solos more interesting because you'll have more space to play with. Anyway, thanks so much for your submission, Travis. That was great, really well played, and I hope that you'll come back next month. Our next submission comes from Carlo Chan II. He says, my approach is pretty simple. I just listen to the song and sing in my head what I want to play before I even pick up the bass. Fantastic way to do it, by the way. For this one, I wanted to work more on playing in the higher register like what I did in the video. I think it turned out okay overall, though there were definitely some timing issues. I'd really like to get more fluid when playing up there. I feel like I could have added more notes or melodic lines, but I'm still figuring out how to pull it off. Always open to feedback. Thanks. Well, we will check it out and see what we can do for you. All right, Carlos. Another fiver. Love it. Getting down. Keeping it nice and simple. Love it. Yeah, love that run. That was clean. Nice. So good. What the heck are these captions? Oh, yeah. I love how long you're hanging on to those notes. Well, that was so good. I don't feel like your solo was missing any notes at all. Like what did you say here? Wanted to work more playing on high register. I feel like I could have added more notes or melodic lines. No, it was perfect just the way you played it. That's another thing that I do is like I start to panic when I'm soloing sometimes, and I'm like, random bullshit, go. But the confidence to just be like, wow, wow, wow. The confidence to just pick a note and just stay on it is so good for that kind of a solo. Like, mission accomplished there. That was fantastic. You identified some timing issues, which were very minor in there. So something that we all need to practice on. Like, I am included in that, so don't beat yourself up too much about that. Fantastic tone, really good playing. Oh, the one thing I really, really loved when you were getting up into that higher register, because you're on a 5-string, you still have access to those, lower notes, but you can just kind of stay in that one plane there. So that's the best thing about playing a 5-string is that you can play in this range of the bass and still have access to lower notes. Fantastic use of the 5-string, really great. This submission comes from Darius Grimmel, who I believe was in our first episode. Darius says, "Hey, thanks for putting this together. It was super fun to watch your reaction and your comments on my last submission and also how others approached it. Keep it up." I will. This time I took a different approach because the track evoked a very certain vibe for me. I was imagining myself playing with a cover band at a corporate event. It's going for ages and we already ran out of songs, so now we've been playing this made-up instrumental for 4 minutes and I start to care less if I get fired. So I finally choose to just jam to it and maybe bring joy to the one guy in the audience who has repeatedly told me he also plays bass. This is so hyper-specific and so relatable. Like, I have lived this situation. Did it work, though? I'll let you be the judge. Let's see what your boring corporate event looks like. Love the pick. So many 5 strings today. Love it. The syncopation there is cool. Bum, 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 bum. Clean. Oh, I like that movement. Love it. Getting more melodic here. Oh, that was probably a wrong note, but you made it sound right. Sick. Man, turning on the fuzz. Harmonics and the chorus. everybody there at the event is going, what the hell is that bass player doing? And then we settle back down. Love that fill. That was great. Definitely channeling like the vibe of the jam that's gone on a little too long. Yeah, you know. We get to see cats. Oh, kitties. Very cute kitties. You definitely get major bonus points for showing me pet pictures. That wins me over every time. In fact, you can see Taco resting in his bed right here. Hey, puppy dog. Hi, good boy. Just sleeping there, isn't he so cute? Darius, you've crushed it once again. Yours and Gilberto's submissions were like really similar because of the pick thing. Like the sounds were kind of in the same realm there, and the way that you played was actually so similar to that. They reminded me very much of each other. I really like that syncopated groove that you settled into. Super cool. Getting kind of crazy with all of the effects there. Like that's really, really fun. You had some great fills in there. It's just really fun to hear you play. I really appreciate your submission, so thank you for sharing. That one little spot where it sounded like you played a wrong note and then you just like fixed it in a way that made it seem like it wasn't a wrong note. That's how you fix mistakes. That's what a pro does. All right, our next submission comes from Steve Cox. He says, "Hi, here's my submission for this month's Pyob. It was quite a long backing track, so I has the idea of a few shapes and phrases and jammed on those. A few F-ups on the way, but hey, if the file's too big, here's a link to a copy. Feel free to edit the start off if it's too long." Okay, just putting this out here, like 1.5 to 2 minutes is probably all you need for these. If you need more time to like get all of your ideas out, then that's totally cool. I may cut stuff down if I need to for the video. Starting off uber simple, gives you somewhere to go, not a bad idea. Starting to add a little more complexity. I love the sound of the P bass. It's the best bass. Oh, some mutes there. Oh, that was very reggae. Like that. That was cool. Using that open note to fill that in, that's awesome. Let's see. I'm just going to play the whole thing. I'm going to just cut it down wherever I need. Getting up there. Nice. That was some really fantastic playing. Thank you so much for your submission. The one thing that I noticed right away, the biggest point of feedback that I think I can give you on this is to watch for unnecessary shifting up and down the neck. Because of the tone that you've got, which sounds great, by the way. Like, P-bass tone is awesome. It was like really clear and present and sharp. But the problem that you run into with that is that anytime you shift your hand around, you get that string noise. I've got flats on this right now, so can't really hear much of anything. But if you play a note and then you do a little of this before you get to your next note, you're going to get that. And correcting it with your technique and your playing is ideal, but another little shortcut that you can use is just turning your tone knob down. With how bright your tone is, I don't think it would have detracted from anything to just roll your tone off a little bit, halfway, or even all the way, and that would also ease the amount of like string noise that we were hearing. But thank you so much for your submission, Steve. Lots of good stuff happening there, and I hope that you'll submit again next month. Ooh, we are down to our final submission here. This one comes from Paul J. Diwiak? Diwiak? Sure, why not? No message at all, just a link. But he does say yes for feedback, so let's take a look. Ooh, Sandberg. Love it. Oh, the chords. I was wondering how long it would be till we saw some chords. That chorus pedal makes them sound really nice and lush. Good decision. Oh, the tap. A little trill there. Got an octave pedal in there. It sounds killer. Love that. Keeping it so simple, but so good. This is very solid. Octave off, here we go. Yeah, just sneaking in a little bit of slap. Woo! This is so solid. This is some real meat and potatoes bass playing here. Like, making it interesting without overplaying. Oh, we're getting a little more complicated now, though. This is so good. You just let this all develop over the course of the song. So you just have this nice, dynamic graduation of complexity. So cool. Nice, tasteful use of effects here to just enhance what you're doing. Oh. Leaving lots of space, even in your solo. Nice. God, the sound is so good. That's such good tone. So sick. Very, very well done. Man, that was so great. What a great way to end Pyob number 2. Lots of good stuff happening in there. Such good pocket and feel. The way that you were utilizing effects, like, just really enhanced what you were playing. It was so tasteful and didn't really overstep itself, like what can often happen when you start, throwing effects at things. I think the one and only little thing that I would say is I just wanted a slightly stronger ending to your solo. Like, I think that you had some really cool ideas that you executed really well on, but then, like, ending that solo really confidently would have just been like the cherry on top of an otherwise very, very good submission. But very well played. Thank you so much. I just loved everything about that. But also, let's take a look at how ridiculous your setup is. The SVT Classic on the 810 fridge. I think we've also got like an SVT Micro back there. Looks like we've got another Ampeg cab in the foreground there. You've got some cool guitars up on the rack and another bass behind your head. The mono bag, very good choice. Drum kit here. Your music room is killing, dude. Look at me. Look at me. My music room, I'm just in my kitchen living room that's combined because I can't afford anything nicer. I'm jealous of your music room, dude. It looks so cool. And thus concludes Pyob number 2. Thank you once again to everybody who submitted. I hope that the feedback you got was helpful and helpful to everybody watching this too. This was so much fun. I think we'll do it again. Pyob number 3 is up on my Patreon right now, so just go over to my Patreon. The link will be down in the description, and you can find the backing track that we'll be using for next month. As much as I love funk, I think I'm feeling something a little more upbeat, a little bit faster, a little bit heavier. Let's do some rock this time around, yeah? So go to my Patreon, check out the backing track there, and then submit it through my website. That's ampthebassplayer.com/Pyob. You have until this date to get your submission in, and I hope to see you on the next one. AMP out.